Hey, friends, welcome back to the podcast. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. I'm Michael. This is Heather, Imperfectly Married, the podcast. We're here to encourage you in your marriage. And if you're returning, hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for being back here. So we're excited about what we're making some changes because we're now entering summer. We're going into the summer.
Summertime.
Yeah. And so we actually have a lot of content that we're going to be recording. We're kind of finding like the best way to go about it. So what we're going to do for the summer, we're going to change a format just a little bit where how you're going to see it is like this, always the two of us all the time. But now we're going to do it in a way of, we're calling it summer shorts, marriage in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really about doing it short, bite-sized little episodes to help encourage your marriage. And I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, we know that summertime can be really busy, and doing maybe a 45-minute episode
Let's be honest,
isn't
almost an
really
hour.
practical.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the reality is that we're trying to do bite-sized summer
shots.
summer short, just to kind of keep marriage at the top of your mind, and also just having them be quick and easy and content heavy.
Yeah. And so that's what we're starting. So we're starting. This is the first episode of doing that summer shorts, marriage in 10 minutes. So here we go. So we're starting right off. Now, we have gotten to certain points in our marriage where it just became routine. Right? I remember one particular time I was standing by the bed. I knew how because we've moved our bed or our bedroom around a lot. And so sometimes it's like I remember things based on where the bed was. It's weird.
That's weird.
You had mentioned something to me. I was leaving for work and you had said something about we're just living a routine life. And it really impacted me. Like, I can get really good at routine because I'm checking boxes, I'm doing the things, we're communicating, we're schedules and kids and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes for me, it felt like it was okay, but I wasn't realizing that we actually weren't connecting. We were just communicating. And that's great that we were communicating, but it wasn't a communication that actually led to connection.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because a lot of the times it doesn't necessarily mean that something's wrong or bad.
No, it's true.
And that's what kind of causes that, like, in a sense, drift.
Yeah.
Because you're just both doing your life and you're busy with, the routine.
Absolutely.
The church, the kids, the activities, the sports, and all of the things that you have to do, that it's like you just are like, okay, who's picking up who? And it's like it becomes like very much like a calendar. It's like you're managing your life together, but you're not like connecting on that real level. It's like you're just kind of doing tasks and then it's like sleeping next to each other.
And what's weird is that there could be no conflict.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just going just fine.
That's how it was for us.
Yeah, it's not like there was conflicts or there wasn't any big issue that was happening.
There was no big event. There was no fighting and bickering all the time or like that irritation. It's just, there's just not that level of like intimate conversation. It's almost like we stopped kind of knowing each other because we weren't really having that intentional time.
It was just every day. It was just do the thing, you this and me and that. In a way, it's like you could fall into this trap of, well, everything's working. Things are going well. Like there's no problem. We never fight. How many times have we heard that from couples? We never fight. And it's like,
well, maybe you're not talking.
Yeah. Like maybe your communication is, hey, make sure you pick up the kids at this time. And then you say, sure, yeah, no problem. That's not really connecting. That is just communicating. And we're huge on communication. We know that, huge. But there is certain types of communication. And so, right, it's the slow drift, just like you talked about. It happens slowly. It usually isn't this big event that happened. It's a huge blow up. No, things are generally going well, but we can fall into the trap thinking that if there is no big problem, everything's fine. Fine with a fine word.
Yeah. When you're dating and when you're early on in marriage and like, or the kids like are like babies, it's like everything is kind of new and exciting. And you may be having, 5 conversations that are meaningful in a day. And then all of a sudden, the next year, maybe you're only having 3 or 2, and then life gets really busy. Maybe you stop having meaningful conversations altogether, or only when it's on a date night. And then at that point, your date nights are probably few and far between. So it's like we really have to be intentional about having those set apart times.
Okay. So this is our solution. And this is not anything new. This is just we're calling it just a 5-minute check-in.
Yep.
And it's no big deal. So we're just going to give examples, like maybe give you some questions that you could ask each other. And it's just, it's a check-in that's supposed to get to the heart of things. And so here, check this. This is one of the questions. So one of the questions would be, how are you really doing?
Right? That's good.
I remember going to church with somebody, and he had the same answer every Sunday. And I was like, hey, how's it going? And he's just like, better than I've ever had, like same answer. And it really, it was funny the first 37 times. But then there is this point of, no, how are you really doing? And so the point of that question is, I am asking you to go farther than fine.
Yeah.
Even farther than good. What does it mean, good? That kind of a question.
And like, what are you carrying? What are you burdened by? Like, what are the things that are weighing you down? I think that's such a valuable question. Another one can be, what was the best part of your day? And this is where it's like you really begin to celebrate those wins together. You're like connecting into each other's worlds, instead of just being like, yeah, it was fine, it was good.
Yeah.
It's like, but really saying what was the best part. And sometimes it's like we don't have like these huge moments. So it could be, I got my favorite Starbucks drink,
Which that could lead to what is that drink?
Yes.
And then now the other spouse has a win. Oh, I could pick this up for you, or I could do something.
Now you're connecting on that deeper level. Absolutely.
Because it is interesting, especially that question. You when you're doing transactional communication in family dynamics and stuff like that, a lot of the times you can focus on the problems because you need a solution, and so you're talking more about that. That question is the one that kind of goes deeper into the, hey, what was your win? What was good?
Yeah.
And then it kind of, I don't know, stirs up the good juices, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next question would be this: how can I support you tomorrow?
I like that one.
So what I thought was great about that question is it's intentional about what can I do for you coming up soon? Not, hey, what's the best way that I can support you in 8.5 months?
Yeah.
It's, what can I tangibly do for you tomorrow? When you get up, how can I support you? And I think it really drives.
Practical.
Yes, absolutely. And it's something that you can achieve now because it lets your spouse know this is a partnership. We're doing this together. It's not a you and me, it's an us. And I think that question really kind of draws that out.
Yeah, I love these 5-minute check-ins. So it can be just simple 3 questions.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is to get like deeper conversation
Absolutely.
to where it's like you're getting on each other's maps. You're understanding each other's worlds.
Yep.
So one of the things that we would say about the 5-minute check-ins is that we don't turn them into like a meeting or
like a performance review.
Yeah, or a problem-solving session.
Oh, yeah, that'd be me. That'd be me. Give me your problems. Let me help you. Right.
Yeah.
And I would also say, like you were saying, the 3 questions can be the ones that fit your space, your environment, your context. But the idea is to do deeper, wider connection. But the mistake can be it turns into a courtroom evidence gathering session.
It's all about listening instead of fixing and just being present in the moment and really trying to, just really listen and care for your spouse.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between listening and fixing, that's one that I've had to really try.
Yeah.
But this is really the reason why this works is because healthy marriages are built in small moments.
Yeah.
Small moments that are done faithfully and consistently. That is where you really find a lot of healthy relationships because it creates awareness, it creates connection, it creates emotional safety. Not that the big moments aren't a bad thing. Those are fine. But the consistent small check-ins shows your spouse that you really care and you want to know and you really want to be together in this relationship that you're doing.
Yeah. And what I love about these summer shorts is that they're really like bite-sized.
Yeah.
They're really practical. So what we're going to do is we're going to challenge you for the next 7 days. be intentional about this. Put your phones away, turn off your distractions, spend in 5 intentional minutes together. That's all. It's not this huge, like, okay, we have to like go on this fancy date and we have to do all these things. Just spend
Yeah.
5 intentional minutes together and ask the questions. How are you really doing? What was the best part of
Mm.
your day? And how can I support you tomorrow? So
I
easy.
mean, super win. And remember, don't underestimate the power of small habits like this. This is not supposed to be a, oh my gosh, we have to do that thing. No, 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 no. That's not so. You'll find when you have the discipline in doing it that it'll be something, oh, I get to celebrate your win. It actually will really feel good because it's not about here, I'm going to dump on you. That's not what it's all about. And
Yeah.
so, again, great marriages are built on these small moments. So we want to encourage you to keep pursuing that, keep doing those small things. And maybe you can take this 5-minute check in to go from drifting to coming back to connecting. That is good, huh?
Yeah. So
Let's,
we'll see you next week on our other summer short.
yeah. See, bite size. See you next time.